Piper plan. Yeah. Same coin, different size. Same setup, different bite. Static DCA keeps you in the game.
Dynamic DCA changes the lane.
Price plus risk plus size. That's the math. Piper Academy. Let's break it down. Static DCA keeps the wheels in line. Dynamic DCA lets the size redesign.
Cut it back when the band runs hot.
Lean in when the numbers say why not? We don't chase candles, we don't buy the top. We let the wristbands tell us when to stop.
Piper Academy.
This is how we move. Discord drops the levels we don't need to prove. 100 at the peak looks neat on a sheet, but in the frothy market that's a bad side seat. Price at 120, risk already loud. You still get Bitcoin, but the stack feels bowed. That same $100 does not land the same when the room keeps yelling moon like it's all a game. Static keeps stacking like nothing can shift. Dynamic checks the pressure and changes the lift. It's not just by Bitcoin.
At step one stuff, it's when to go heavier and when is enough. Size with no context is a blindfolded bet, and you could green hands end up paying rent.
Static DCA keeps the wheels in line. Dynamic DCA lets the size redesign.
Cut it back when the band runs hot.
Lean in when the numbers say why not? We don't chase candles, we don't buy the top. We let the wristbands tell us when to stop.
Piper Academy.
This is how we move. Discord drops the levels we don't need to prove. Now price pulls back and the room goes still. Same coin, new math, same iron wheel. That 62K fear starts talking loud, but the Piper plan walks straight through the crowd. Not reckless, not trying to catch every dip, just heavier DCA with a tighter grip. 5 times on the buy when the band is low. This how the quiet stack starts stealing the show.
Static says same amount every single round. Dynamic says let the market lay the ground. One is a metronome, plain and square. The other's a clean hit with the map laid bare. Same Bitcoin conviction, cleaner execution. Same long game, better contribution. You don't need more hype, you need better control. Fear is the discount, patience is the toll.
Buy less when the room gets loud. Buy more when they drift from the crowd. It's not a move, it's allocation. Turning panic into accumulation. Wristband load up the boat. Wristband high, keep dry in the moat. Markets play chess, don't act like checkers. Dynamic DCA makes discipline stackers. Now 48K, that cold ass zone. Most people freeze when the red gets shown, but that's where the plans start paying out, while everybody else is just running in doubt. That's the twist, that's the part they miss. You don't win the cycle by trying to dodge this. You win with structure when emotions bend. Buy more near panic, buying less near pretend.
100 at the top is not the same weight as 700 lower when the fear gets great. It's not magic, it's math with teeth. A plan in the dark when you can't sleep. Static DCA is a clock on the wall. Dynamic DCA answers the call. One keeps you moving, and that's fine.
But the Piper plan knows when to press the line. Static DCA keeps the wheels in line. Dynamic DCA lets the size redesign.
Cut it back when the band runs hot.
Lean in when the numbers say why not? We don't chase candles, we don't buy the top. We let the wristbands tell us when to stop.
Piper Academy.
This is how we move. Discord drops the levels we don't need to prove. This ain't fortune telling, this ain't smoke and mirrors. This is risk management, getting plain and clear. When price gets stretched, we cool it down. When risk gets compressed, we load more now.
The market wants your feelings on tap. Wants you buying the peak and selling the trap. We flip that script and hold that line. When the crowd gets loud, we stay on time.
We don't worship candles, we respect the band. Piper plan, discipline, steady hand. The alumni know the levels posted every week. Discord is where the builders speak.
No guessing, no praying, no maybe this works.
Just respect
DCA
and doing the work. Same coin, different price.
same
Mission, different size. High risk, small bite.
low risk.
Big play.
Static by the calendar.
Dynamic buys a condition.
Static follows habit.
Dynamic follows conviction.
No more,
No more blind buys.
no more dumb luck.
We read the wristband
Then we size up.
or cut.
Static keeps pace.
Dynamic, stay sharp.
That's how you turn a chart into a map in the dark.
Piper Academy.
Legs in the race.
Alumni,
know the level.
we move at the pace.
Weekly get sport drop.
Keep the signal in hand.
Price plus risk.
Plus size.
That's the Piper plan.
Army Piper.
We're gonna lead us home.
Small stack, then a stand.
Hold the line. Execute the plan.
The Piper plan.
Trust the process.
Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. Little jam out session there with the new Piper Plan song in the Discord, dropping it every week. And we're getting a breakout right now, guys. Let's go ahead and get OC up here. Then we'll holler at the chat, and then we'll holler at the chart, and then we'll just talk about Friday. Not a whole lot of data to go over today, except for Circle doing some things. But OC. Paid a little bit of homage there to the Latin community. What'd you think of the new song, man?
Oh, I loved it. I love it. I actually kind of went down with the flow, like like head moving. It was pretty sweet. I loved it. I really liked it. You're getting good
Thanks.
at those things. Really like
I
it.
Someone said I need to put together I may put it all on my Army Piper YouTube account, which I don't have anything on there except for that spinning logo that you guys saw at the beginning. That's the only thing I have on there because I used to use it as a background way back in the day. You remember that? Remember that, OC? I had a TV behind
Yes.
me with that playing on it. Totally different studio setup now. We've come eons past that. So maybe I'll put them all over on Army Piper YouTube. That way I'm not messing with the algo for the channel itself for the Piper Academy. But good morning, OC. Glad to see you here nice and early in time to listen to some morning vibe. Yes, that was Rihanna, if anyone was wondering. My wife said it sounds like Rihanna. I was like, it does sound like Rihanna. So yes, we actually got Rihanna to cut that song for us. Not financial advice. Let's go look at the chat, man. If you say financial advice, anything you say can't be held against you. We got Shim in here. Good morning, lady. Alexandra G, the mod queen, in here. Jesse's in here. Alexandra G was enjoying the music this morning at work. Shout out to Jesse Hellick in here. What's up, dude? How you doing, Uncle Jesse? Appreciate you being here. Hemdroid in the house. Loco for crypto in here. All Set is in here with us also. Appreciate you coming in. Saying good morning, alumni. Good morning to you. Mike Vollmer, the mod king, is in here. XYZOZYX said, I'm on time. You guys are early, but I'm here and appreciate you being here, XYZ. Yep, we just timed it to where when Alex O's show, and you know the routine, man. You know the routine. James on random, he's the one that said we need a Piper music video channel. So yeah, I'm gonna put together some more songs. I got a bunch. I played one for Alexandra G yesterday called Tiny Boss. It's about my dog Gypsy. So Gypsy's in the chat. If you guys don't know, now you know. Duality C is also in here with us. We got Kevin Hawthorne dropping in. Appreciate you, Kevin. Glad to see you here. Ninja Glock. And I think I got, oh, you know what it is? He's in here with us because he knows what it is. It's time for the morning market report. That's what it is. And Dependable Print also. Good morning, Army. Appreciate you, man. David Brumbelow, the Brumblebee. I'm not financial advice. I appreciate you, man. Steve Hickey also. Appreciate everybody that joined us here. Welcome to the Morning Market Report. Let's go ahead and jump over into the chart and let's talk about this. So we only had, now I don't typically like to use a trend line that looks like this. Why? Because it's only 2 touches. And we did break it on this crazy wick. If you guys remember, I said down here might be opportunity. And it was absolutely opportunity. This is where I did my weekly buy this week on that crazy little wick right there, catching on the chart prime quantum reactor and bouncing beautifully off of it. And then we came back above the trend line. Check it out. OC retest, and that was all she wrote. I was looking for it to come back down to a bounce here. Did not get that opportunity because I also have a 3x leverage trade running on a long that I'm laddering into, just like my DCA, but I'm DCAing into a long-term, into a 3x long also. So, I spent my whole check buying the top. Hey Piper, what's that song that you play? It's I made that on Suno. Actually, I made it with Chat GPT prompting for lyrics and then put the lyrics into Suno and Suno produced the music. And then you can pick all the different styles you want, mixed vocals, all that. But yeah, it said I spent my whole paycheck buying the top. True. Not a true story for me. We know what we did. We were out at 126. See you later here at the Piper Academy. But yeah, we have been dollar cost averaging, and our average price right now is right around 71,000. So we're coming in damn close to being in profit already from the bottom, guys. When the market takes off, wasn't meant to be. I didn't take it as criticism, XYZ. Don't. It's okay. It's all right. Be tough. Be strong. Be hard. You're good, bro. Uh, but yeah. So when we got this bounce here, guys, we're going to be into profit really quickly on the Piper plan when this thing is confirmed to be a bull market. Now, here's the big question, as the thumbnail says today: is this nothing more than relief rallies to targets we've been talking about already? We already broke one right there. It's out the door. That one's gone. But we still have these to worry about. Actually, 3 levels above us. And if it's a relief rally, we have a 786 at $65,990. This is on the Bitstamp chart. Remember, every chart is a little bit different on the data that it feeds from. So 786 is a platinum pocket. Where does this platinum pocket come from? Guys, this platinum pocket is pulled off of the August low that we had back in August of 2024 to the all-time high in October. This level has been playing beautifully because platinum pocket for support, punches, keep pulling back in. Platinum pocket is where we are stuck in. Okay. Platinum pocket for me, guys. If you guys don't know, I have a platinum pocket. It's just like a golden pocket. Everyone knows the golden pocket, right? Platinum pocket for me is the 786 to the GAN level of the 0.887. We got a beautiful bounce on that 887. If you guys aren't putting this on your chart, you're missing out. If you want to see what those levels look like, it is right there. The 887, and I turned the colors on it platinum, 887 to the 786. Okay. You guys can come back and screenshot that, do whatever. But that is the level that I was watching for the bottom side. We got a beautiful bounce there. Moving to the upside, that 786 is now a resistance. Above that, if we do punch through, maybe to go grab liquidity off of this range here, what do we have? We have the 200-week exponential moving average, I believe. Nope. Yes, exponential moving average coming in. This is a key level also. We do tend to play around this a lot, and historically, it's been a good resistance line to trade off of. So if you're looking for a good swing trade, that would be a level I'd set up, set your stop loss right above it, and let it ride. Because if it breaks it, guess where we're going? To this level here. And I actually need to adjust because as time moves on, this keeps moving down and sliding. This is your dynamic reactor, and the dynamic reactor here is set on the daily. So a daily dynamic reactor, guys, look at this. Look at this. Let's put this on the daily, and let's just go back and look at how the daily dynamic reactor has been playing out. Let the power chart prime load. The power chart prime compels you right there. We did break out there to the 100 week and then down there. And then this historically, even the first break of it was an OC retest before it fell to the dollar. So this has been a very key level of resistance, despite our small breakout here to test the 100, which was previous support. So it made sense to come back. Test, was the support really resistance? Yes, broke through and then came back down. We're closing in on all those 3 levels. July is typically a relief rally month. We move to the upside in July. August, September, we retrace back down and we find our final lows in the market. So will we make a new low? That is the question that remains to be answered. Does it matter? It does not, because we're following the Piper plan, and the Piper plan is going to lead us to fruition. All right, it's going to take us to the promised land. So right now we are just watching a relief rally is what I believe we have right now. I don't think that the bottom is in, and I don't think that this is anything more than a July rally like we typically see. OC, you talked yesterday about the Wyckoff and the accumulation here. I think this lines up to what you were looking for on the next move of that. And what else are you watching on your chart? Let's go ahead and get over and see what you got. What you got for us? Obviously not a microphone. No microphone.
Of course. I think that needs to be on the next song. I know, I know. So let's go. Let's just remember that I use the Binance Academy thing. That is just because I like the way they put it. This is a here you go, an advanced thing, all right. But they put it very, very extremely simply, and I like to follow along this one, right? So let's go ahead and copy this distribution that we have in here, and let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's paste it. And if you guys remember, we were talking about this distribution right there, almost to the T. I know we need to make it just a little bit bigger right there. So you get the point. So something along those lines, right? So we have that little range, the V-shaped recovery, this peak being the AR, then going up again to the AR point, right? To the JR point, coming back down to the ST, and then, well, getting up in here. Something important that we were talking about, it was coming down a little bit for the spring, all right? But remember that at this moment, we can still be putting up the AR zone. So let me skip this or move this to the side so we can follow along. Where are we going to be looking things at? All right. So let's mark them. So let me bring up my pane. So this area right here is this area right there, right? This area right here is this area right there. This one, it's this one. And I want you guys to notice how coming back down did create these other point in here. All right. That's kind of important. Not really too important, but if you look into the Wyckoff scenarios, you'll see that they have like 2,000 of them. All right. So it's not just this one in here. And another important thing, just like in the way down, had this little hiccup, right? To then put down this double bottom, right? As you can see, well, on the way up, we are not yet on the AR zone. Where is our AR zone? And we marked it yesterday. I don't know why it's not in here today, but this is it, right? So far, if you guys remember, well, we could still go all the way up in here and then coming back around, right? And going for either the spring or the no spring scenario where we do this, which I believe could be it, and then making maybe a little bit of a fake out and coming back around. So we're still waiting at least on the daily for this area to jump back in for long. And that is because if we move out of into the daily, oh, there is. This is what we were talking about yesterday. Yes. So it lines us perfectly to that area. Let's go to the daily really quickly and do this. Well, if you guys remember, yesterday we also inverted the chart, right? So when we inverted the chart, and let me just clear this up really quickly. Yep, let's get those out of the way. And I'll guess these other ones too. All right, perfect. So when we inverted the chart, and this is not inverted, we were asking the question, hey, should we be buying or selling this thing? And so far, this looks like a high, a higher high, a same low, so probably another high, right? And three drives or three tops like we had in here, and then a continuation downwards. So basically having this, right? So if we inverted this back again, right, we'll see that we're still waiting for that retracement. And that could go just a little bit higher like we were talking about. So yeah, it's basically lining up with the two scenarios. One, the Wyckoff range at the bottom, and two, a possible next continuation to the upside just to reverse back down, re-enter, and maybe break out of that big trend line into the dynamic reactor. But yeah, that's what I got. And yes, long story short, it lines up perfectly.
Perfect. I did drop a poll here, guys. Is there a better time to do this show? If so, when? Keep it right here, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're wondering why the question, because I'm trying to figure out how to get more stuff done around the house when it's not so hot in Texas. Ass crack hot in Texas. But we can work it out no matter what. I can do stuff in the evening too. But as of right now, 83% said keep it right here. Keep it right here. So for right now, that's the answer because I'm here for you guys. So it's either that or no show at all if I'm not doing it for you guys. So I'm here for you guys. Let's go ahead and jump into the news because that's what you guys are here for. So let's go check that out and see what works over here, guys. Checking out the risk indicators right now from into the Cryptoverse metrics. We are currently sitting at a crypto market cap of 2.198 trillion. The trend on this is at 5.611 trillion, currently undervalued about 60.82%, holding above that lower line. I told you we shouldn't touch this green lower band. We have not done so yet. That would put right now, by the way, that would put our total crypto market cap at 1.8 trillion. Something would have to drastically happen for that to be the case. So if you guys haven't done that poll though yet, I'm watching it over there. 17 people voted on it. We need all that, all that data. Give me data to aggregate and analyze, please. Looking at the risk metrics band, this is what we were talking about in the song. We are back at a 4x DCA zone out of the 5x. We started off in the 5x DCA zone this week, and so that meant 5 times your base DCA. We were picking up a lot more sats, Satoshis down there than what we would be right now. 4x right now on the DCA levels. Bitcoin dominance, and I got a little post about this also that I'm going to show you because I always talk about without stables. I think this is the most important. Yeah, we look at stable coins, but really the story is told on when you look at Bitcoin dominance minus stable coins. Shout out to Wick's wife sending 5 Piper Academy memberships. We love you, lady. Picking up some memberships there. It looks like Crunk, Sachet, maybe. I don't know. Gias. Oh, that's Gia. I haven't seen Gia in a while. Where is Gia been? And Quarter Crawler, picking up one there also. Cubanadian also picking up a membership. Guys, those memberships give you access to the Piper plan. So while she gave you a $5 membership there, she actually gave you a very powerful membership, $5 a month, and you can continue it on. You'll get full access. All you got to do now, go connect your Discord to your YouTube, and you'll get full access to the Piper plan in our Discord. Thank you, wifey. We appreciate you, lady. But I always talk about the Bitcoin dominance without stablecoins. It's a very important number. We're heading back to 68% right now. Why does this matter? I'll just go ahead and jump over there and show it. This is from TXMC, and he's got a great perspective here on it. He said, my view is that Bitcoin dominance is antiquated, as we now have stable coins growing beyond the confines of crypto trading. So I say it's better to exclude them. When you do, the uptrend in Bitcoin dominance remains intact. And OC's talked about this, about more people moved into stable coins and held stable coins this bear market than in any other bear market before. And so when we take away those stable coins, people aren't just holding stable coins as a move out of crypto and the back end, move out of an asset in crypto and then hold money in there. They're yield earning on it. So you're going to have a lot of money that moves into crypto that never touches an asset just because it's someone's emergency savings. My son, he has some money that he got recently from an inheritance. And he's got emergency funds sitting in stable coins because he's making 3.5% on it. It's not money that's going to go and touch an asset or anything like that. So when you look at Bitcoin dominance with stables minus stables, you have to take that into account of the changing environment of stable coins. So very good lessons to be learned there. And I think he's got a great point on that. Let's look at liquidations for the past 24 hours. According to CoinGlass data, in the past 24 hours, 57,943 traders got liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at 229.4 million. The largest single liquidation order happened on BitGet. It was a Bitcoin trade. $10.8 million you lost on that trade, huh, OC? DGen OC.
Well,
When you
what can I say?
what can I say? It looked like an opportunity. No, Look at
pocket
it.
change, right?
Pocket change. You guys don't know about OC running the cartels down in Cozumel. Gonna make a song about that too. 24-hour volume here for shorts, guys. Short volume 48%, 51.9%, almost 52% for long volume in the past 24 hours. Who's in control? The Bulls or the Bears right now? On the hourly, the Bulls are still in charge and in control. So I think that this little pullback that we're getting right now probably will be absorbed. Yep, there it is. Already getting absorbed. Doji candle, that wick pulling back up. The bulls are taking control of that price action, which is what this tells us. Why we look at it every day. Fear and greed, we're still in fear. We're not in extreme fear anymore. That's been our sweet spot since January. We're back in fear. Question is, can we break back to neutral? We haven't been in neutral, guys, since May of this year, 13 May, when we had a nice relief rally, went back to neutral, and then quickly pulled right back down again into extreme fear. So right now, looking at this, we're at 22 in fear. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's go and finish X marks the spot here, guys. This is pretty cool, Osty. You'll love this. Someone took, the war games where you can put like this data in and that versus that data, and it plays out as like a war. This website turned the 1 second Bitcoin chart into a battlegrounds. Can you imagine if we traded this way? Like this is traders, bulls versus bears, green versus red, wipeout candle. There's a god candle for you, like a nuclear bomb. But yeah, pretty funny. I just thought I would share it with you guys. It's pretty funny to watch. You guys want to trade this way? We'll trade on a video game and just run it in. So um
No kidding. I bet it will be more people making money.
You think so? I think it would be interesting. Like if I overtake you on Battlefield, I get your money and your trade doesn't matter. So yeah, it's pretty funny to see that. I did put this out this morning on X. I also dropped it in the Discord, guys. This is the earnings for next week. Okay. And it's got all of it in here. Go check it out. If you're on X, you can follow me on X, or if you're in the Discord, you can go there. But it's got the daily well report, all of the snapshots of everything today. Inflation watch for CPI and PPI next week is coming out. And then we've also got all the earnings. They've been highlighted. And down here, it talks about highest impact to the specific sector specific moderate impact. Why these colors? And then the big five to watch is going to be TSMC for the semiconductors next week, bank clusters on Tuesday and Wednesday, ASML chip equipment on Wednesday before opening, Netflix and United Health on Thursday before the market open. I've been trying to drop these little reports for you guys. So on X, so make sure you follow us on X. And if you're in the Discord, you guys get it there. I always tag at everyone. So hard dump. Someone said hard dump. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, we're back down to the 4-hour candle here on the bottom here. I think if we do come back down, guys, watch for 62,863. That would be the level to watch. 62,863. It's going to be in line with our 200-week simple moving average and our 4-hour dynamic reactor. It would be a good retest line. And I bet if I pull, let me take a gander here. Let's go pull a fixed range volume profile from this line here where we hit that quantum reactor, pull it over. Yeah, there you go. You're going to have a point of control coming in there. Obviously, as this comes down, it would pull down the volume levels to this level too. But yeah, it's coming in right in line with the point of control also. But right now, bulls, again, are absorbing that. There's what you see. Right. Let me go to it. The bulls are on the battlefield, taking out right now on the chart. So, yeah, let's talk more about these reports, go guys. Right now, the big thing to watch next week, in my opinion, is going to be on the economic data, CPI and PPI data. Also, Circle just got its national bank charter. The OCC granted final conditional approval for First National Digital Currency Bank operating as Circle National Trust. It starts by custodying digital assets for the USD issuer. Circle has been left for dead this month, down 40% after the OUSD consortium came for its business model. Now it holds a federal charter. Could Circle be one of the most undervalued stories in the market right now? I think it's possible. I think it is possible. Also, this came out yesterday, but it's still relevant today. Just in, $4.7 trillion JP Morgan says the biggest risk to Bitcoin is not strategy. And I told you when strategy sold their Bitcoin, and I put that out, I said this is actually bullish for Bitcoin. It shows that strategy is not going to fail. Strike is not going to collapse everything. They're going to make sure that Strike investors have their dividends. It's going to be healthy. Is it costing them money right now? Are they selling at a bad spot? Yes. Should they have been following the Piper plan? Absolutely. However, they are keeping that thing afloat, that ship afloat. So what is the biggest risk to Bitcoin now? It's traditional finance creating private blockchains. And we've talked about this for months, that a lot of these companies, yes, they're going onto blockchain technology. FinTech is going on chain. They are not using your altcoins. They are building their own. And I don't think that it's a big risk to Bitcoin, but I absolutely think it's a massive risk to the altcoin sector, that people think, hey, this token is going to be using this, and this company is going to be using that token. No, we're seeing a lot of private blockchains. So JP Morgan holding steady that Bitcoin and strategy risk, not the big thing to watch right now. We are seeing a pullback in the traditional markets. This was all green this morning. Now, Dow Jones just barely flat, up 0.04% in the green, just barely positive, I should say. S&P flat in the negative 0.02, and the NASDAQ down about 0.25% this morning. NASDAQ 100 tech heavy sector, top 100 companies, down also about 0.22%. Russell 2K was up this morning, like 1.3% upside. It has lost 2% since we started this show. Be aware, markets are starting to sell off. I think we get morning sell off, afternoon rally. That's just my perspective. I think we end this week strong on the markets. I think a lot of these flip back. What else do we got here? Let's go check out the bonds market. We are seeing a sell off on the 10-year Treasury yield, holding steady though at 4.55% right now. Not interested in the bonds market. Matter of fact, when I was going over with my son on how to invest his money from his inheritance cash, one of the recommendations from ChatGPT was 20% exposure to bonds. And I told her, remove that. We're never touching bonds. We'll go and put that 20% in Bitcoin since we're at the bottom of the bear market. So bonds market right now, though, is paying 4.55%, meaning big money that has $1 million plus that they're wanting to hedge somewhere. 10-year bonds are looking pretty good for them because they can move that money in there on the 10-year and make 4.5% guaranteed returns, which beats inflation currently. We'll caveat that, and no risk of anything. So 4.55% is where we are in that. Oil, we are seeing a pullback despite everything going on with Iran. That's now talking about, there's now some talks about negotiations going on again. And so we are seeing that oil and Brent getting a little pullback. Let's go check out the metals. Riff, please. There we go. Gold down 0.62% today. Silver down 0.67%, coming in at $60 on that. But copper, platinum, and palladium all seeing some upside move. Palladium, the biggest mover today on the metal side, up 2.59%. Let's go look at crypto bubbles. Do we still have it? Nope. The number 2 is gone. Everything's shifted up one spot again. You see that? I told you it's just a little glitch, and when they're moving exchanges, and it doubles their market cap. So Bitcoin right now on the daily is up 1.9% on the daily. Ethereum is up 2.6. BNB is up 0.4. XRP is up 0.8 at $1.10. And Solana at number 7, flat for the day. We are seeing that that is the top 5 minus your 2 stable coins. Other big movers today. Dogecoin is up 1.8. Zcash up 8.5% today, 10% on the weekly. Most of that being earned back today. 3.6% on Stellar Lumen. Shout out to XLM. Chainlink is up 2.4% today, and Bitcoin Cash rounding out your top 20, up 4.7% today. Economic calendar. Let's talk about what's going on next week. Let's refresh this and go look at next week. Nothing big today, guys. Very quiet day in the economic world today. Next week, though, on Tuesday, We're going to get core inflation data coming in. We're also going to get our CPI. I think on the 15th, yes, on the 15th, we're going to get the beige book. And you guys, I've done these before, the Fed beige book breakdowns, where I pull it all in. We aggregate it. It's like 42 pages from the Fed, and it's what's going on for the month and quarters and what they're looking at. We're going to do a full breakdown next week on the beige book when it comes out. So this will come out in the afternoon of Wednesday, Thursday morning. Next week, we'll do a beige book breakdown. But watch for this. Right now, inflation month over month expected to be up on consensus. Year over year expected to be flat. Inflation rate month over month for including energy and food, slightly down. How is that possible? Well, because gas prices have pulled back since that period of time. Month over month, though, or year over year that's what I'm going to be watching closely. Is this inflation rate year over year? I think inflation comes in higher. It's just my opinion. If we do see a pullback, it will only be in the oil sector. So be watching that next week. Of course, join us here and we'll give you a full breakdown on it. And right now, how are we looking for chances of a rate hike or a rate cut coming up next week? No, 2 weeks from now on the 29th. Yeah, 29th of July. Line, please. We are looking at a 24% chance of a rate hike. I don't think we get one in July. I think if we do, it's going to be in either September, 61%, or October, or both, 70% there. So that's what we're seeing. Stablecoin issuer Circle. Here's that info. Green light to operate as a bank. The shares are up 12% on the morning run. Coinbase issuer, stablecoin issuer, I should say, Circle surged after the U.S. Office of Comptroller and Currency, the OCC. You down with OCC? Yeah, you know me. Granted it approval Friday to operate as a trust bank, said the company. The approval gives the company the ability to manage reserves directly for its regulated stablecoins, primarily USDC, which has more than $73 billion in circulation. The new bank will operate under the name Circle National Trust. Previously, Circle needed third-party banks and custodians to hold the cash and treasury assets back in USDC. Now, I will tell you my issue with this. Back in the day, which was a Wednesday, if anyone knows where that line comes from. Shout out to Dane Cook. Back in the day, I had money sitting in Short and Piper Academy is printing. JR dropped a short in Piper Academy this morning. He said it's printing right now. So shout out to JR Prince, our in-house trader for the Discord. You also get access to him and Dime Boy, aka Joey Thibodeau, on here. They're both dropping great data all the way, all day. Coffee break. Brought to you by Ubit. Check it out. Description down in the link below. Thank you to our friends at Ubit and Blowfin and Chart Prime. Actually, Chart Prime first, and then everyone else is just second best. I had money in Voyager. No, sorry, Celsius. Voyager. Money in Voyager. And when the collapse happened, the Three Arrows Capital and all that occurred, I quickly went and moved my money out into US dollars. I couldn't pull it all out at once because they had restrictions on daily pulls, but I was able to put all of it in USD because that money was not held by Voyager and was held at a bank as their holding location. That is why I was able to get all of my cash back within 30 days of Voyager's collapse, because they didn't have the money. It wasn't there. It was at the bank, and the bank issued it back to me in US dollars. So that is the one issue I have with this, is that Circle will no longer need that third-party bank. That third-party bank saved my ass in about $45,000. So, yeah, little concerning there. But if you trust this company is not another Voyager, then I think it is a good thing for them. We are, though, seeing the start off of banks coming out of the crypto sector. So let's go back and take a look at Bitcoin here now and see what's going on here. We are getting that rejection right there off of that value area high right now, but you can see the bulls are trying to absorb all that bearish pressure. Again, that level to watch, 62,944. What are we looking like over here? That's a big no buy signal yet. Going to be watching closely this weekend for a buy signal. I think we still have longer before it pops in, but it does typically pop in this accumulation zone that we're at right now. And I think that's about it. Oh, this is the levels that we talked about that I think, hey, look, if I had to lay out a path, where's the pathway? Let me see the roadmap here of what happens with this relief rally. This is where we started drawing the line here back on the end of June. And I talked about this target here hitting $70,800, which would be the 50% fib before coming down and hitting our final low. So right now, playing it out beautifully. Put this on the daily. There you go. There you go. That is predictive analysis 101. OC, what do you got for us on your chart? Let's talk about that. And then actually, before we go there, exchanges. I had one more thing. This is about exchanges, and I want you to think of this from the perspective of all of these exchanges and all of these trading websites and all this stuff. I thought this was a great video that I found on TikTok yesterday, so I want to play this for you.
Bag of Skittles, and I told them to trade their way to victory. Each person is going to receive.
The best analogy that I've heard for living a good life is
Go
that
back.
each week.
Baby, come back. There we go.
It is strange how quickly cartels form in any sort of financial situation. Today, in my Duke and Silicon Valley class, I gave each student a bag of Skittles, and I told them to trade their way to victory. Each person is going to receive a bag of Skittles. The funny thing is, later this month, my students are going to be visiting Apple, Meta, Google, some of the biggest companies in the world. I guarantee this is the activity they're going to remember most. You'll have 20 minutes. Your goal is to acquire as many Skittles of the same color as possible by trading with other people in the class. People who have the most number of each color get one free homework.
A dude said all in on red, 100x on red, all in.
On the floor. Okay. It's not illegal. In order to make sure things are fair and even, I'm going to serve as the Skittle Trade Commissioner. In order to make a trade, you have to come report that trade to me. I will put it on the spreadsheet, and there is a fee for recording that trade. It is 1 Skittle per person who makes the trade. And then I sat back and I got rich. Well, at least I got Skittle rich. Thank you.
This is my fee.
All right. And I need your fee. When my students heard the game, they immediately started strategizing. Who has the most red ones? Should I trade my purples early? Can I trust the guy in the corner? But nobody asked the important question, which is, why are we even doing this? Somewhere out there, a finance student is watching this and jealous that his professor isn't having him haggle over lime-flavored candies. We live in a weird world. Here's what actually happened. Every single trade that took place cost both parties 1 Skittle, paid to me. Which means I didn't trade once, and I wasn't competing in the game, but by the end of 20 minutes, guess who had more Skittles than almost anyone else in the room? I got a nice little collection. The thing about this game my students were playing, well, I designed it so that no matter who won, I would benefit from their actions. And that is a business model that should sound more familiar than it maybe does, because if you think about it, every time you use a credit card, Visa or MasterCard takes a cut of the transaction. Every time you buy or sell a stock, the exchange collects a fee. Every time you watch your favorite team, the team owner profits, regardless of whether that team wins or loses. And every time you post on social media, the platform sells your attention to advertisers while you're busy trying to get likes. My point is, we spend enormous amounts of energy and money playing games that someone else designed and competing for prizes that distract us from asking the only questions that actually matter. Who designed this game? And why are we playing it? By the way, that is a big part of what we were trying to study for the month. I am teaching out in Silicon Valley, and don't forget to follow along if you want to see where the question takes us. It is strange how
I thought it was very interesting because when I watched it, I looked at it from the perspective of traders in crypto, in stocks in general, in assets in general. And it's really, they don't care if the price goes up or down. There's a lesson to be learned here about, is there price manipulation from the exchanges? I think if they're looking to buy more of something later on and they want to do a big sell-off, sure. But I think at the end of the day, whether it goes up or down, they don't give a shit. It's the fees that they're making. They're making their money regardless of price action. So why do they need to shake anything out? And when you see big drops like we had on October 9th, 3 days after I sold everything, what we saw was a triggered sell-off that triggered more limit order sell-offs, and that just caused a cascading effect. So that's the big takeaway on that. But just an interesting video. Things you find on TikTok by Army Piper. OC, what do you got for us? Let's jump over to your side. We got about 9 minutes. I'm gonna let you wrap it out for this Friday. What you got for us, bro?
Okay, so far, if this guy is in Spanish. Something that I want to bring up that is interesting is that that game was wrecked, man. Look at that. If you did not make your homework in first before you start making the skill trade, you will know that purple is statistically the color that is the most scarce. So you can hold on your purple skittles and then sell them for as much as you want. So diamond brains first. All right, that absolutely. Look at that, my OC. You're muted.
This man over here doing odds on Skittles. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, I wish I could like tell you to watch this guy. This guy name it's Insulini. He's ridiculous. He is like I don't know what, but he's a great kind of guy, smart guy. Something that he's showing in this video, it's how, for example, because you mentioned bets and fees, right? And this goes for brokers and betting sites. All right, they always charge you a fee. So he uses a 10 peso coin in here, and every time it lands, because we have an eagle and then a Aztec sun. So when he gets an eagle, he takes 1 peso out, and when he gets the sun, he puts 1 peso out, right? So this is his back. So if this basically this is the end of the result. So as you have better days, you also have bad days, better days, bad days, and at the end you have a 50-50 chance. I know trading is not exactly the same because you're not flipping a coin, all right? But you need to start just picking your battles first. And second, when you're paying fees on a 50-50 chance, and that means that for every 10 throws, you need to pay 10 cents or 1 peso to the broker. All right. So what happens when you keep trading or where you keep betting with the same money? Well, in a 50-50 chance, you lose your money. You cannot even do it or reach to the 100 epoch, if that makes sense. So that's very interesting to have in mind. That's why when you start trading, you need to start going where the weighted side is, right? And that's the trend. So just wanted to share that with you
And
guys.
this is why we do technical analysis right there. Good job, OC. Appreciate
Exactly.
that. What are you speaking of trading, what are you watching on the charts today?
Absolutely. Let's go into the altcoin scene here really quickly. Solana, it did have the little pump that we were expecting. Of course, it has rallied just a little bit up, and now we're expecting it to go a little bit lower into the equilibrium zone. So keep your eyes open for the flip of the ribbon below the zero line. Once again, if the money flow is still positive or green, well, this might turn into a higher high. All right, so keep your eyes on that money flow. Remember that we're aiming lower, and let me put this arrow back, and that is because we are seeing the money flow curling back down. All right, but as always, things can change, and it's not about knowing the future. It's about having a plan and knowing what to do when the right signals appear. All right, so keep your eyes open on Solana. I think we're gonna get a Solana move throughout this weekend. So, well, hopefully we get it. Litecoin also basically making the same movement that Solana. We were expecting this. Remember, if you guys remember, I was expecting it to go a little bit higher, then rolling back down. So we're going a little bit higher, exactly higher than we expected, still within the same range. If you guys remember, we were measuring that range. All right. And well, then maybe going lower, especially on Bitcoin. Something important on Litecoin, this can change its direction, and that's because we are both above the zero line and money flows green and it's not curling down. So we're gonna be updating this thing. All right, let me remove this and just keep in the back of your head that if Bitcoin drops, this will also drop. All right. So far we have a low or higher low, higher high, higher low. What's coming or what should be coming, it's either a double top or a higher high. All right. Break the structure will be creating a lower high. And if we bounce and then we break the trend line, that's where we're going to go for a lower low, what we initially were talking about. But look at your oscillator, it's creating a goose hit. So it's not there yet. But if we see that goose hit, remember what happened with goose hits? Little retracement, further move to the upside, right? And then bigger retracement. This can take some try. So keep that in mind. So long story short, buy or sell. So far, we're holding. I think it's going to go higher. Then we're looking for a retracement down. And if we break the trend line, we hold that short. Okay, so short up here, somewhere around there, as we have the flip of the ribbon, and long, one tiny itty bitty long in here, if we stay or if we create that goose hit. All right. So other than that, let's go to BNB. BNB doing fantastic, and that is because it feels like, all right, it's not confirmed yet, but feels like it's actually putting down the next low. So we have high, higher low still, right? Lower high, still kind of technical lower low. So from this lower high, bouncing off dynamic record. We talked about this yesterday, and seems like this one it's going to play to the downside. So looking for a short on the flip of the ribbon. Look at that money flow. Money flow is still green, despite we could go lower. Instead of correcting down, since money flow is steady and green, it can correct over time and not at a price, aka making a range. All right, but so far analysis shows lower. And finally, for the record, Ethereum. So look at that. We were talking about an entry right here, right down below here. Let me just move this out of the way. And guess what happened? Well, we were looking for this bounce in here somewhere around. Well, we did hit that alert. It did not play. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. But also on the second bounce, did not quite touch. But if you did enter on the first try, oh come on, don't move that. On that 33% retracement, well, guess what? Oh, don't move. It's not that one. We barely make it. Look at that. So your entry was either there or at the candle close there, and we should be right now on Ethereum profits. Remember, this is where we were talking about 1-to-1 or higher than 1-to-1. Yep, Piper.
Nothing.
Oh, just dropping in. Let's go.
Hopping in for the ending.
I love it. And one more thing, it's going to be XRP and XLM. If you guys remember, we were going for a retracement. I did not quite enter on XLM. It bounced higher from what I expected. I expected to go just a little bit lower. It is what it is. Something that happens right now. We're looking for a retracement. So keep your eyes open for that little retracement. And then if we're lucky, a technical higher low to then go find dynamic reactor. All right. So right now we're looking for a short on XLM. So what I'm going to go for, it is right there, an alert for first taking profits on 0.1805. And remember, it's pegged to XRP. XRP, it's in a hard place, right? Look at the money flow. It's very, 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 very tiny. It seems like it's just like Ethereum has put down a significant lower low, and it's trying to put down a significant lower high. If we're able to go a little bit lower and break this trend line, I think we're in for a treat, and we're going to go lower. So keep our eyes open for XRP and XLM short.
All right. This is why the markets are dumping right now, guys. 5 minutes ago, Donald J. Trump posted this on Truth Social. Islamic Republic of Iran has asked us to continue talks. We have agreed to do so, but the United States has stated to them in no uncertain terms that the ceasefire is over. Thank you for your attention on this matter. to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. So this is why we are getting that sell-off, and we are seeing that happening here on the charts, breaking down below that candle bottom now. So, yep, exactly, OC, exactly. Trump and his tweets, man. Matter of fact, Alex O even said, these Trump tweets are getting out of control. So shout out to Alex O Crypto and the gang. Appreciate you guys. Guys, that's all we got for you today. We're going to leave you today on the we'll leave you on the chart. We'll leave you on the chart, but we're going to leave you today with Gypsy song for Friday. So enjoy Gypsy's Tiny Boss song, and we will catch you guys back here on Monday morning, 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys the news, the charts, the markets, everything that you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. It will be at 10:15 because the poll has spoken and you guys voted pretty strongly that it stays right here. So we'll catch you guys Monday. Until then, trade safe, use some risk management, and as always, peace, love, and profits. We're out of here.
Tiny balls with an attitude.
Tiny balls.
Yeah.
Tiny balls.
11 pounds of attitude walking through the door. Tiny little paws, but she runs the whole flow. Fluffy like a princess, heart built like a tank. Everybody know Gypsy's got the highest rank. She patrols every window, keeps the whole house tight. Barks at every shadow like she ready for a fight. Apple treats waiting, better pay to pop a cost. She may look adorable, but Gypsy is the boss. Gypsy's a badass tiny boss. Little bitty queen, never taking the loss. She runs this house from the couch to the yard. Cute little face, but she's certified hard.
She's got an attitude problem, everybody knows. Side-eye sharp from her head to her toes. One wrong move and she's setting you straight. Tiny boss energy with no time to wait.
She naps with her mama like she's taking a break, but one strange noise is all it's gonna take. Head pops up, now she back on patrol. Tiny security with a warrior soul. Tell her no once and she'll stare you down, like she owns the house, the block, in the town. She huffs, she grumbles, she throws that look like your name just landed in a little black book.
She's sweet, she's spoiled, she's fearless too. A little white tornado coming straight at you. She'll cuddle all day, then snap into command with an attitude bigger than the state of Texas land.
Gypsy's a badass tiny boss. Little bitty queen, never taking the loss. She runs this house from the couch to the yard. Cute little face, but she's certified hard.
Got an attitude problem, proud and loud. Walking through the room like she owns the crowd. With a house so strong and a stare so cold.
Gypsy's tiny bossy,
Fearless and bold.
Apple treat payment, that's the price of admission. Guarding the people is her #1 mission. She's got mom, dad, Zach, her whole little crew, and she'd take on the giant if she had to.
But don't move a blanket, don't steal a chair. Don't ignore her bark like she isn't standing there. She'll pout, she'll fuss, she'll make a case, then climb in your lap like she owns the place.
Gypsy's a badass tiny boss.
Queen of the house and she never gets lost.
From the art room window to her favorite chair,
She's watching everything.
so you better beware.
She's got an attitude problem, that much is true. But that little bit of sass is why we love her too.
Raise up those paws, let the whole song go on.
All hail Gypsy.
Badass tiny boss,
Tiny paws,
big heart.
major attitude from the very start.
Gypsy runs a house,
Case closed.
now hand over the apple treats before she gets mad.
Tiny balls.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Touch some grass. Love y'all. See you Monday.